EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for December 11th, 2024. Welcome to Wild Weather Wednesday, brought to you by Pure Sight and Sound. The buds are out on the trees, the daffodils and tulips are poking out of the ground after their long rest. Wait, what? We're not even in winter yet, and you're thinking about spring? Absolutely, because this is the time of year to start planning those outdoor projects for the spring. Outdoor kitchens, decks, patios, hardscaping, landscaping, pools. All of these projects go so much better with an incredible sound system from Pure Sight and Sound. Ed and his team will design an amazing sound system for you and will work beautifully with your exterior pros for a great project. When you're partying, grilling, swimming, hot tubbing with friends, or just relaxing by yourself, you don't want to be messing with this remote control and that button and this other remote control and that other button. You just want amazing sound now. That's where Pure Sight and Sound delivers again and again and again. Call Ed at the phone number above me here in the video, 570-992-2992, or visit them on the web at puresightandsound.com. Call today and be sure to mention that you heard it on EPAWA. They are Pure Sight and Sound Incorporated, proud sponsor of the Wednesday video forecast. Make me want to skip winter and go right into spring, doesn't it? So today we have periods of rain, and it's going to actually feel like spring today because we're going to have synoptically driven warmth with this low pressure cutting west of the region. So you have the lead of this trough that is driving this is still back here. That is going to catch up to it at the tail end. But since we're on this side of it, you got a warm influx of air coming in that's synoptically driven, pulled in by that low pressure, and because the cold front is west of the region, at least to start the day, you're going to have a surge of warmth. So you look at above me, the temperatures 50 to 64 is the temperature spread. The southeastern areas will get that 64 as it stays on the warmer side of that front longer, but that front's going to clear a little bit sooner in our far northwestern areas, and that's why it's only going to be 50 there, okay? But you see above me also, tomorrow there's one heck of a difference. We drop a good 20 plus degrees from one day to the next, and in some cases 25 degrees there. So that's going to be one heck of a drop from one day to the next, and we'll be back to reality and back to below average temperatures here with windy conditions here for Thursday. But let's start off with today. Low pressure is enhancing, moving along this boundary. So I showed you where the boundary was, which is back here, right? There's where the boundary is. Low pressure is several areas of waves of low pressure moving along this boundary, and that is acting to enhance the rainfall today. So we're going to have periods of rain, and there's going to be some heavy rain involved with this. So let's start off with the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm starting this off here at 7 o'clock this morning. So there's periods of rain going on in the interior. There might be not as much in our far southeastern areas, at least to start, but then that's going to fill in. And you have some heavier rain at times continuing throughout the day. Again, might even be a little bit of a squall line developing here. This is further east than it was shown yesterday, so this is mainly going to be a concern for parts of Delaware and New Jersey as it moves through. And yes, you see some blue chasing the rain here on the western side of Pennsylvania, and that is going to catch up to this precipitation at the end. So you don't be surprised, even if you are 60 degrees today, you could be 60 degrees and by this evening see snow flying. It is not out of the question for that to occur, but don't expect much in the way of accumulations. I'll get to that in a second. But you got periods of rain continuing into the evening, and it will be heavy at times. And here you see that changeover pretty far south too, pretty far south. It has it all the way down to the Lancaster area, changing over to snow at the tail end here, and then that will go up to the Lehigh Valley, Northeast PA, maybe Northwest New Jersey before it ends, but these are just going to be flakes in most areas. But as far as total precipitation with this event, this is what we're looking at. And this is going to include what fell overnight too. This is the total accumulation for the entire system. Not necessarily, won't be quite as much for this specifically today, but we get a whole lot overnight. But this is going to be a continuation of that, and the total event is generally 1 to 2 inches with the potential for slightly higher than 2 inches in a few spots, like 2.2, 2.25, not out of the question, and especially in the heavier corridor here where these heavier rain bands set up today. Also, this is what we're looking at snowfall. This is accumulated positive snow depth change. So even though you're going to see a change to snow, or at least the NAM model suggests it's going to be all the way down to here, right? These aren't going to, it's not going to stick here. Snow falling and snow sticking are two different things. I say that a million times. And I still have people that don't understand that. You can physically have it snow because the upper levels are very cold, as with that cold air rushing in, a lot colder than they are at the surface. So it could be 37, 38 degrees at the surface and wet, and it's physically snowing, and that's what's going to be happening here at the lower elevations. But where it does cool off at the surface and it gets to 32 or close to 32 or below in the higher elevations of north central, northeast PA, you can get some minor accumulations of a coating to an inch on the back end before this completely pulls away. The other aspect of this is going to be the wind. Our southeastern areas are going to take the full brunt of this, at least initially. So as a low pressure moves by today, we're going to have gusts generally 30 to 40 this morning in spots, all right? And then you get into this afternoon, you're going to have, as a low pressure goes by, this is going to enhance this wind here. You're going to have some wind gusts in southeast PA that are 40 to 45 miles per hour. Same thing with northern New Jersey. Southern New Jersey here, you're going to have 50 plus mile per hour wind gusts going into Delaware. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody get close to 60 miles per hour, as shown here by the shore points here in South Jersey. But elsewhere, not a whole lot of wind during the day. Further in the interior, this is tied to that squall line that I showed you going through the area. And then when that moves through, it'll be right around dinner time. And then after that, we have cold air advection-related wind gusts that are going to continue as that cold air rushes in. So that's going to be for everywhere. So winds are going to pick up 15 to 25 miles per hour with peak gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour. That'll go through the entirety of the evening. It's going to slack off a little bit overnight temporarily, and then it's going to pick back up again once we get into Thursday during the day. We're expecting the same thing, 15 to 25 miles per hour, peak gust 25 to 35 miles per hour. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few peak gusts get in the upper 30s, but most of the common peak gusts are going to be in that 25 to 35 range. Okay, and that once we hit evening, though, this is going to shut off very rapidly. Once we get past sunset, it's going to diminish and go away, and it'll be negligible overnight. So this is not something that's going to continue into Friday. Friday, we're not expecting any wind concerns here, just minor stuff, and that's it. So it's really just Thursday in the wake of this. Wednesday evening takes a break over late in the overnight, and then it picks up again Thursday during the daylight hours. 15 to 25, gusting 25 to 35 in terms of peak gusts throughout the entirety of the day. So once this passes, we're much colder here on Thursday and Friday. As you see above me, windy again, 30 to 36 on Thursday, maybe a degree or two warmer on Friday, but still cold and below average. We're still going to be at least slightly below average here on Saturday. We are expecting the day to be dry, though. This is going through the entirety of Saturday. Maybe a sunny to partly cloudy day, we're going to call it, and then skies become mostly cloudy overnight ahead of this next system. This is going to bring some showers, and the European model really is not that thrilled because there's this big high here, very strong high in the Gulf of Maine, and it is kind of putting up a roadblock where it can't really go through it. So it's kind of taking it, it's running, it does one of these numbers, it's running toward us, and then it kind of goes like this because it has to go around it, and that's what it's going to do. As this gets moved forward. Let me back this up a little bit just so you can see that. It's coming right at us, and then it says, whoop, and then it goes right around it. See that? So it might not be that much rain here on Sunday, but this would most likely be later in the day on Sunday for a few showers, rain showers, so it's going to be milder, and that might go into the evening here before it just consolidates off to the south. We get an in-between day on Monday with partly to mostly cloudy skies, and then we have another cold front. This one here is on the lead of another trough. It's going to give us colder temperatures behind it heading into Christmas week, and that is going to be accompanied by a few showers, and that's going to be on Tuesday or Tuesday night. So right now we'll work on the timing of that when we get a little bit closer. That's the outer extent of our 7-day forecast period. So things are going to certainly change around. That's why we do these every single day. Just to keep up with the changes. But right now, that's the thinking, is that this cold air is going to arrive here just before the equinox, right around the 18th, or probably the 19th on next Thursday, is looking like the day that it starts to cool down a little bit. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for December 11th, 2024. Have a great Wednesday.